Hello, and Kings of War week is upon us. This week, we're looking at all the different myriad of armies that are in Kings of War and exploring how the game plays. But one of the coolest things is all the stuff we're giving away. We have a massive grand prize of two 2,000 point armies, one undead and one you get to choose yourself. If you want to be in with a chance of winning, comment on this video here on YouTube or over on beastsofwar.com. If you do both, that gets you 2 entries. If you write a blog post and send the link to us at community@beastsofwar.com, that gets you another 10 entries. We're also giving away spot prizes of individual army deals, and the way we're going to work that is if you create a forum post or you participate in a forum post somewhere out on the interweb and we find out about it, we're going to be picking people at random and you're going to win an army. So, enjoy Kings of War week, because we most certainly will.
Hey guys, not Warren. Somehow the stars have aligned and I'm getting to play a game for a change.
See?
Yeah, and you might have a chance of winning this time, because we all know I can't roll for toffee.
But neither can I, so...
Oh, so it might balance out. It might balance out to be a really tactical good game. All right. All right, well, we're playing Kings of War. As you can see, guys, across the table, we've already laid stuff out. We've already done our deployment. Yep. James, the jammy sod, has got first turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, from your point of view, is quite handy because you get to kind of, see how the game works.
Yep. Well, we both have our army lists.
We do.
So I have the Black Skulls, the Orcs. So big, green, and nasty. Who are you playing?
I'm playing as the Cursed Legion. This is an undead army.
Okay.
I think both these lists should be available down below.
There'll be a download link down below, so if you want to keep an eye on us while we're doing it, make sure we're getting all those stats right. Yeah. Just that moment of, yes, I noticed the mistake on the internet. Yeah. Life is awesome.
Every Dreadwall Academy video so far has been, James, shouldn't you have done that? Yes.
But no, it's like Warren playing as Flames of War. I forgot my Stormtrooper move. I know someone said you would forget that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, anyway, let's kick off.
Let's do it. So what we've actually got, we've got on these sheets, we've got an army list breakdown, we've got the unit stats, special rules, everything's in one place.
Cool.
So it should be nice and easy to follow through.
Cool.
So Justin, this is your first game, Kings of War?
Yep, I've never played this before in my life, guys, so yeah.
Yep. Now, I'm actually quite new to the game as well. It sounds crazy.
Okay.
People who have been reading the Mantic blog will know that I've not played a huge number of games of Kings of War. I've played, the occasional one here and there, but I'm only really getting into it in a serious way now. So I think, hopefully, I'll be able to show you how easy it is to learn, because I've been amazed at how quickly I've got my head around this game.
All right. Well, the one thing I see I've got that makes me happy, I've got myself some trolls, and I've got a little goblin hiding behind them.
Absolutely. Well, if the goblin video has already gone out, at this point, people will know how much we like the Goblin Wizard.
Yeah, he's got sort of that Mickey Mouse look to him,
Absolutely.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is just brilliant. But anyway, I'm seeing some nasty stuff on your side of the field.
Yes, if we run through what's in the armies, okay? So over here on the Undead Force, from the left-hand flank, I've got a Bale Fire Catapult.
Okay.
Big catapult firing evil magical energy towards your army, hopefully hitting you occasionally.
Okay. I assume the accuracy is not great.
Accuracy is not great. When it hits, it's devastating.
Okay.
It hits on a 5+, so it's not a great chance of hitting.
Okay.
I've got a unit of skeleton warriors over here with some spears.
Right.
So they're quite a good anti-cavalry unit. Unfortunately, your cavalry all over there. I've got a little block of zombies, some mummies.
Who are probably going to be a pain in my backside.
Amazing. Some ghouls who are quite quick, because they're not undead, they're one of the quicker units in the army.
Okay.
But speaking of quick, you've got the werewolves. They are ridiculously fast over here.
Yeah, and they're right out on my flank, which is why I have 2 units of cavalry ready to ride out and hopefully crush them. Yeah,
so in your force over here, we've got the Orc Chariot.
Yeah, so we start from here, little Orc Chariot. I'll put it under the centre so everybody can get a look.
Yep. So he's going to be rolling around and probably pestering my catapult on the flank there, I'm guessing.
Yep. Oh, make sure he's properly within the 12 for my deployment.
Rewind, you see, and see if he went back to the right place. We've got the Goblin Mincer, which is probably going to churn through a couple of units. It's quite nasty. Yeah,
you see, my temptation is to run it out and swing it round just into those mummies and see what it does. Just...
Well, I'll be stopping you from doing that, hopefully. big block of Orc Axe Warriors.
Yeah.
Now, they might be basic Orcs, but that's no mean feat. Orcs are pretty tasty.
Yeah, and with it being a big block of 20, that's going to hurt.
That's it. The Trolls and the Wiz, of course, they're the Trolls, big, hitty, powerful, hard to kill.
Yeah.
The Wiz has got a couple of cool little spells he can cast, which we'll come into in a bit.
Okay.
A little unit of Goblins, they've got bows.
Yeah.
So they're little ranged units, so you've got a bit of ranged combat.
It's 20 guys,
Absolutely,
so I might take something down.
And you've got, on the flank over there, you've got your Orc Gore Riders up front, with some Fleabag Riders behind them. Now, interestingly, in Kings of War, you can move through friendly units. So your Fleabag Riders, having the faster movement there, have got the chance to kind of move through the unit and get out and, some clever tactics occurring even though you haven't played before. So,
well, I looked at it and thought, right, double rank of cavalry. If one messes it up, the other might be able to manage it.
Good thinking. Okay, so let's get started, shall we?
Okay.
The objective we've got is pillage. We're playing a pillage mission, which means we're kind of running around ransacking bits of something from the battlefield. My undead army is probably half dead people I'm going to take away and experiment on.
Yeah, I'm looking for the shiny bits on the corpses.
Absolutely. So we've got these red markers down for them.
Yeah, lovely little red bases.
Yes, indeed.
Which are perfect.
So let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, so my turn starts.
Yep.
The game plays for 12 turns.
Okay.
And so my turn will be turn 1, then you'll have turn 2.
3,
turn
4, 5.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's 6 apiece.
That's it, yeah. At the end of turn 6, there's a chance there'll be, or sorry, at the end of turn 12 rather, there's a chance there'll be
an extra
13th
one.
and 14th turn, yeah. But it's only a chance of it, so get on those objectives as soon as you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my turn, each of my units, I activate my entire army all at once, and each unit is given an order.
Okay.
It could be in order to advance, it could be in order to charge, it could be in order to halt, and stay exactly where it is.
Okay.
So my Balefire Catapult is going to halt.
Okay.
Because war machines, so artillery pieces and things, they cannot shoot if they've moved that turn.
Right.
So if they've received an order that's anything other than halt, basically.
Right.
Okay. Also, you can do things like change facing, where you pivot around the spot, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They're going to stay there. My skeletons, though, are going to advance forwards. Now, on the profiles for your army, you'll see you've got different characteristics.
Yeah, you have SP, I assume that's speed.
Speed, yep.
ME, I assume that's melee.
Melee, yes indeed.
RA, I'll assume that's range.
Yes.
DE, I assume that's what you need to damage me.
It's defense, so yep.
Okay. AT, I'm guessing that's the number of dice I roll against you.
Absolutely.
NE, I'm guessing that's basically a leadership.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
so.
A good bit of guessing there, yeah, excellent.
And then you have your notes, which is all your special stuff.
Precisely.
Cool.
So I've got, my skeletons have got a speed value of 5.
Okay.
Now normally you can move at the double, which is where you double that movement.
Right.
Undead are shambling,
Right.
which means they can't do that.
Got it.
But it means they never waver, they never kind of have nerve-based difficulties. They're either there or they're dead.
Okay.
In fact, they're there and dead, currently. But,
well, they're there or they're in many pieces.
Exactly. So my skeleton's going to move forward. Now I've upgraded the unit to have skeletal dogs, or rats possibly, we're creating this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're going to be a little bit harder for you to kill.
Well, according to Warren, that will be a rat-dog hybrid that's undead.
Warren has got a whole theory, I don't want to go into it.
We already did on the Weekender, it was fun.
It's a little bit weird. He's thought about it an awful lot.
Yeah, perhaps a little too much.
Yeah. So my zombies going forward 5 as well. Now my ghouls over here have got a movement of 6, and they can go at the double, so they're actually going to march all the way through to there.
Okay.
And my mummies, they've got a movement of 4, they're quite slow. I'll put it this way. My werewolves have got a nice high speed. They're going to come around to this way.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So that's the end of my movement.
Yep.
So now I get into my ranged combat phase.
Okay.
I haven't got a lot of ranged combat. One of the things you normally see in an undead army at this point is magic.
Right.
I've not gone for any magic. I've gone for a really hard, hitty, elite army.
Okay.
What I am going to use is my Balefire Catapult.
Okay, so you're about to sling a ball of fire at somebody.
At something. And I think I'm going to fire it at your chariot over there.
There?
So I've got a range of 48 inches.
Well in.
Absolutely in. Now, Kings of War, you can measure whenever you like. It's a pre-measuring friendly
full
game.
pre-measure? Cool.
Absolutely. And all I do is I roll a dice against my ranged stat, which is 5+.
Yep.
If I score a 5+, I hit you.
Cool. No.
Of course I don't.
We will be here all day.
Absolutely. So that's done that.
Yep.
They've had that. No, that's it. My turn's over.
Really?
So
That quick?
Normally you get going to melee. I've got
No melee?
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
On the charge, is it just your normal movement or do you get a bonus?
You double it.
Double it?
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
Now the only, I said you can move through your own units.
Yep.
You can't do that when charging.
Not what I'm planning.
Ooh, okay.
Because I think my Gore Riders here have a normal move of 9.
Yeah.
charge of 18.
18, yes indeed.
And I'm thinking I can I will have the option of charging these or these.
Yep.
So I'm going to pre-measure.
Absolutely.
So I can make the wolves.
Now the range has got to go from the closest model in unit to the closest model in my unit, but line of sight goes from the unit leader. Now the unit leaders are quite an important concept in Kings of War, and it's the front and centre model.
Okay, so him, line of sight to
Yep,
them.
and it's a nice sort of 45-degree angle line of sight. So yeah, nice and clear.
Yep.
In a case like this, you've got a big open battlefield. Doesn't matter too much, but there are certain times when it can make a difference.
Okay, so something to remember, guys, if you're playing this at home. So I think my Gore Riders are going to go straight into the werewolves.
Okay, go for it.
Time to blitz in.
You measure the range and move them in.
Yep, so it's 17 and a half, so well in. So I assume we shimmy up.
Yes, indeed. And you move them straight in like that.
Bang in. Cool.
Okay, so that's charge declared.
Yep.
That's good. Anything else going?
Yes, these have a movement of 10.
Yeah.
They're going to charge your ghouls.
Okay, cool. Now, ghouls are a bit fragile. They're only got a defense of 3+. Quite easy to kill, and those more beasts are pretty scary. So
yeah, so they can go 20, so they're really nippy on the charge. So they're in. Whee!
Lovely.
Butt in. Let's see.
Now, your movement. So you can move forwards, your regular speed rate. You can move sideways or backwards at half your speed.
Okay.
So if you want to do a little shimmy, a little shuffle, you can do that.
Okay. Well, this chariot going to move out the double.
Okay.
So chariot. Gore chariot 7, so I get 14 movement.
Indeed.
Because I want to be into that blasted launcher as quickly as I can.
Sensible thinking.
Right, now the Goblin Mincer has a movement of 5.
Yep.
So I think it's going to quite happily and contentedly move at the double for a 10.
Bring it on.
Well, there's no point being subtle with Orcs.
Absolutely.
Right, so the axe, I assume it's the top one here.
The Orc Axe Horde, yes indeed. It's a crudgement. A crudger is like a big orc.
Okay.
They don't have regiments, they have crudgements.
Okay.
You know.
Right, well, they're going to also move at the double for 10.
That's the one.
So, no subtlety here. We are Orcs, we are moving forward. The Trolls, Troll Troop can move 6. So they're
quite quick.
They're quite quick.
But you don't want to get them to the point where they're in with the mummies. My undead, even though they can't move at the double, they still double their movement to charge.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking
when
is
they get the centre of flesh,
I'm going to move them
forwards.
6 inches forward. And then my little goblins, I think, are going to wheel.
Yep.
So reform.
So what you do is you do you can do two things. You can do a change facing, which is a free pivot around your centre of your unit. Or when you're making a regular move, you get a free 90-degree turn at any point. Again, around the centre point.
Full 90 degree though?
Up to 90 degrees.
Up to, okay. Yeah. So they will move forward. Actually, double check what their movement is.
5 inches?
Goblin insert. Where are they?
Let's have a look. They're spitters.
Oh,
Goblin spitters, they're called.
5 inches. So they will move their 5. So they'll go forward 2.5, turn, and good forward 2.5.
Cool.
And I think, can I see through my own units to shoot?
Now, the way it works is you draw line of sight from the leader.
Okay.
So, in this case, if the leader is there, you can totally see me.
Yeah, I can see your regiment.
My mummies, yeah. So
I can see your mummies.
Absolutely.
So, what's my range?
Your range is 24 inches.
24 inches. So, am I in range?
Well, first of all, is your whiz going to move?
Oh, yes. Wizard. What has he got?
If
Wiz
you look on
is 5.
Yeah, and if you can look at his profile, it'll tell you what spells he's got at the very end. So he should have Inspiring and Individual. Those are his 2 rules.
Yep.
So Individual means he can freely turn and he can't be flanked or recharged.
Okay.
Inspiring means that units around him get a bonus to their nerve test. They get to reroll the nerve test.
Okay.
And then finally, I think he has Zap.
Zap 3.
Zap 3. So that means he can fling a little fireball or lightning ball or whatever it is you want to
go to here. And I think he can zap the mummies too.
Good thinking.
So, am I within 24 here?
You certainly are.
Yep, I am.
Okay, so here's how ranged combat works.
Okay.
You pick up a number of dice equal to your attack's profile.
Okay, so Goblin Spitters is 10. Yep.
So 10 dice, and you're rolling against their ranged combat score.
Okay.
Now, if you get to the point where you have moved, for example, you're getting a -1.
So I'm on 6.
And if you are over half range, you're also getting a -1.
So I'm on 7.
You are indeed. Let me just double check, because I want to make sure we're doing this correctly. So I'm fairly certain a 6 will still hit. I'm going to double check it though. Just want to make sure we're doing it right. Otherwise, someone's going to get involved on the video.
Unless it's a 6 followed by a 6 or something like that.
Well, let's have a look.
All right. Well, there's no harm double checking these things, guys, because we are trying to teach you here. So, I think I'm okay for my placement at the moment, because that's going to be into that next turn.
Oh, here we go. If you need more than 6 dice, this is cool. I didn't know this. I've learned a thing.
Okay.
You roll it, 6s, but you halve the number of dice you roll.
Ah, I see.
So
3, 4, 5.
There we go. So it's actually, in a way, it's the same sort of thing as rolling 6s followed by 4s. From a stats point of view, it's an easy way of doing it.
Yeah, right, well, 5 dice, needing 5s.
6s.
Or needing 6s. No 6s.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. We will be here all week.
Right then,
okay.
So your whiz, if you look at your special rules on page 2, Zap is specified as a rule.
So, the unit has a ranged attack. You roll 3 dice for this ranged attack.
Yep.
Rather than using the attack value of the unit, this attack has a 24-inch range, always hits on a 4+, regardless of modifiers, and is piercing 1.
Cool. So we'll come to piercing 1 in a moment. Now the important thing with Zap, my mummies have got the regeneration rule.
Yeah.
So that means that whenever you damage them, they can kind of regenerate it.
Yeah.
Hitting them with a zap or a breath attack negates it for the rest of the game.
Ah.
Kind of you catch them on fire and then they're burning. So
cool.
They're kind of screwed.
Sweet.
So I'm hoping you don't hit any of these. That'd be
Alright, well, it's 3 dice needing 4 pluses.
Okay.
I should get 1.
You've got 2.
Sweet.
Okay. So that's 2 of them there. Now, piercing 1, the way that works, in Kings of War, when it's your turn, you roll the dice.
Right.
When it's my turn, I roll the dice. So in your turn, only you are doing things. Which is why it works well as a tournament game, because you can do timed games really easily. What this means is all the dice rolls are on you, so there's no sort of armour saves, that sort of thing. What happens is it's all rolled into one roll.
Yeah.
It's a damage roll. My defence value for mummies is 6+.
Right.
Piercing knocks it down. So piercing 1, it becomes a 5+.
So I need 5 pluses.
You need 5s, yes indeed.
On 2 dice, I should get it. On the odds, I should get it. And I do.
Done it. That's 1 point of damage. Now we're using some little gemstones to mark these.
Yeah.
I've got some little purple ones to mark 1 point of damage. You can use whatever you like. We do. Mantic does some Kings of War little wound counters, but you can use anything at all. But
I mean, those are just generic little Guild Force 9 gemstones, which work really well.
I like them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you've got the purple and the white.
Yep.
I've got red and green.
I've been using for 1s and 5s. So purples for 1s, whites for 5s for me.
Yeah. Greens for 1s, reds for 5, nice and handy, nice and simple.
So,
cool.
You cause a point of damage, but more importantly, you've negated their regeneration, which is going to make them a lot easier to kill in the long run.
Sweet.
What happens now, at the end of the shooting phase, I believe that's the end of your shooting phase.
Yep, that's all I can shoot.
You're going to check against the nerve of this unit.
Cool.
And what you do is you roll 2 dice and add the number of damage points you've caused.
Okay.
You're testing against my nerve score. Now the nerve score, if you look at it on your profile, has got 2 numbers.
Yeah.
The first number, if you equal or beat the first number, then the unit is wavering. Next turn, all they can do is back away, basically. Cool. If you hit the second number, they rout. They're gone from the board.
Yeah, so they've just went, had enough today, lads, going home.
So my mummies have got a nerve of nothing/17. Nothing is because they're undead. They don't care about wavering. They don't waver.
Okay.
You need to get a 17. They can't do that, but on a double 6, they will still waver.
Okay. But they don't waver.
Ah, yeah, good point. You can't do anything to me. Ha!
Yeah.
Still, that's how it would have worked if we hadn't been able to.
Yeah,
So, you've caused a point of damage, they're slightly on fire, slightly singed, but other than that, unable to be hurt.
Okay, so now I assume we go to combat.
We do indeed.
Cool.
This is actually resolved in exactly the same way as your shooting. So you get a number of dice equal to your attacks.
Okay, so let's start with the Gores.
Yep.
The big unit. So Gore Rider's troop, I get 8 dice.
You do indeed. And what's your melee score?
ME is 3+.
So 3s to hit me. That's a lot of 1s and 2s.
I don't know, it's still 50%.
Okay. And then, have you got a crushing strength value against your thing?
Crushing strength 2.
That's the same as piercing, but in melee rather than shooting, so it just knocks my defence down by 2 points.
Cool.
My werewolves have got a defence of 6+, down to 4+ because of the crushing strength 2.
So 4 pluses to do wounds. That's 2.
So that's 2 points of damage.
Yep. And your nerve.
Check. So you will roll. My nerve, my werewolves, is 12/14. So they're not undead. They can be sent wavering.
Yeah. So if I roll,
if you roll double 6, you rout them.
Yeah, double 6 routes them. 5s. 10 will make them waver.
Make them waver. Yes,
cool.
indeed.
And I get 9. Ah!
You just back away by an inch, and that's it.
Yeah, and we'll bounce in next turn.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, the goblins, which are the flea bags. So I will get another 8 attacks.
Yeah, generally cavalry have got 8 attacks for unit 5. Some heavy cavalry have got 10 attacks for unit 5, so they're a little bit nicer.
Yeah. So their melee attack is 4+.
Go for it.
So I should get half of these.
In theory.
I think. Oh.
Then again, you could do that.
Then again, I could get 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, my defense value is only 3+, and I think you've got crushing strength on them as well.
Fleabag troops. Utterly spineless, crushing strength 1 nimble.
Yeah. Oh, utterly spineless. I forgot that rule.
Right.
Well, we'll bring it in for next turn. When you won't make them charge, you roll a dice. Roll over 1, they decide to stand still instead because they're a little bit rubbish.
Well, let's see what would have happened.
Let's see what happened.
They're fine.
They're fine, see?
They're fine.
But now, crushing strength 1, probably from the Fleabags rather than from the Goblins, means you're knocking my defense down to 2+. So can we
6 dice,
rules?
needing 2s, should have about 5.
Ah!
4.
Let's get 4 of
So
these
that's
out.
4 wounds, and
So it's 4 damage points. So what's interesting is the damage points kind of represent not just physical damage, but like mental damage. So say that I'm attacking your guys, it represents their morale going away.
you see, it's the whole idea. In ranked combat, the next rank will just step up.
The number of guys that are there doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's how much they want to still be there. With my guys, how strong the magic is holding them together. You see.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I assume for mine, it's just if it's the last rank walking in, they're just like, we're kind of on our own here.
Yeah. But what's cool is they still fight at full strength because it's only the front couple of rows that get to fight anyway.
Yeah.
So now my ghouls have got a nerve of 9/11.
Okay.
So you're 4. If you get 5, they're wavering. That's 8, 9, 11, 12, they're gone. You've routed my ghouls.
Sweet. Crunch.
So now you can make an immediate D6-inch move straight forward,
Uh-huh.
or you can turn to face whichever direction you like.
I think I'm going to sit still.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's probably a good place to be doing that.
Yeah, well, you see, the way I'm looking at it here, these guys have the tasty target of them.
Yep.
If they go for it, these guys can swing around the side and get into your zombies.
Cool.
Well, hopefully these can just punch on forward. These can hopefully hold their own for a time.
Get to the objective, even.
Well, maybe.
You know.
I mean, I'm not too worried about the objectives at the minute.
Yeah, true.
What I really want to do is see what happens whenever your werewolves come against my gore riders.
Yep.
Because that'll be the decider on what happens there.
To this is what I'm hoping is going to be quite cool. So that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay, so that's turn 1, turn 2, on to turn 3.
Yep.
First thing's happening, werewolves are charging in there.
Obviously.
And then my mummies, let's have a look. Movement of 4, they don't do
No,
any ration charge.
it's absolutely sweltering up here, guys, so I do have a little glass of water in the background.
It is pretty warm.
Well, we've been filming all day in here,
Yeah.
and so I've been constantly hydrating with the water basically just running back out the top of my head.
Oh no, my zombies are out of range.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Victory!
So I'll just move them forward instead, because you're going to charge me anyway.
Yeah.
The skeletons.
Yeah.
The mummies are going forward a little bit.
Okay.
Just there.
Okay. Tempting, tempting, tempting.
Yeah. I could have done with not losing those ghouls, really. I made a mistake sending them out on their own. I got all excited because they're quite quick. Sent them forwards.
Overextended.
Yep. And let's just pull the skeletons forward to about there.
Okay.
Being a bit cagey this turn.
Okay.
Okay, time for some ranged combat. I'm going to fling this
Yeah.
into your goblin mincer.
Okay.
Let's have some of this. Come on, give me a 5.
6.
Yes! Okay.
Done.
So, the catapult's got the blast 2d6 rule. So rather than causing 1 hit, it causes 2d6 hits,
Oh dear.
which is pretty nasty. So
On the
that's
one thing. That's 8 hits.
Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and it's got piercing 3. So what's your defense?
4?
So 2s.
Yeah.
To cause some damage to you.
Yeah.
Good thing it's 2s. I've rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. That's 8 damage points in your mincer.
Okay. It's 9/11.
Come on.
So, hang on. I will get 1 red from a 5.
Yep.
And 4 of the others. Just so that it's marked out and everybody can see.
Here we go. 5, 8. That is gone. I'm just blowing it out the water.
Oh,
So
wow.
close. I mean, it's a brilliant piece of kit, but when you land a big explosive thing on it from the top, it doesn't do too well.
Yeah, well, when you consider 2d6 hits into a unit, when that hits, that's pretty devastating. When it's on a single mini, that's crushing.
What I will say is I've used the Balefire Catapult in 3 games so far.
Right.
That's the first time it's hit.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. Your first hit was on camera.
Yay! Okay, so that's that. Then on there, over here with the werewolves. Now, werewolves are absolutely sick and wrong. They've got 9 attacks for a start.
Okay. So that's my gore riders.
Yep.
Ooh, they're not bad. DE 5+.
Yep. Now I've got melee of 3+.
Okay.
So let's do some of this. Knock those out. 1, 2, 3, 6 hits.
That's not bad.
And crushing strength 1. So you're...
Comes to 4 up.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 points of damage.
Okay. My Gore Riders are 10, 12.
Okay.
So I'll get my 3 green gems for them.
Let's roll some dice.
Because hopefully...
7, 10. So that's wavering.
Oh dear.
So they are going to waver. Let's give them a little wavering marker, which can be a different coloured gem. How's that for an idea?
Okay, that'll do.
So I back away an inch.
Yep.
But now they can't basically move towards us. They can't charge. They can't... all they can do is move backwards or sideways, effectively, for the turn.
Okay.
So yeah, good luck there.
I have a cunning plan.
Cunning plan.
A very cunning plan.
Okay, interesting. That's that. I'm done.
Okay, so...
Turn 4.
First up, I don't like that thing. It's going to die.
Yeah, okay.
So, the chariot is going to charge in.
Bring it.
So,
I think you're happily in range there.
yeah. Whee!
Cool.
Smashy, smashy.
Yeah. That's going to end well.
Yep. Now, can I make movements before declaring charges, yeah?
Certainly can, yeah.
Excellent. So these are going to move half their movement to the side. So they can move...
Oh, clever. Okay.
4.5 inches to the side. So, yoink. So they shimmy out to there. They're still wavering.
Yep.
My goblins here
Yeah.
are going to pivot on the spot
Right.
and charge in.
No, you can't, because at the start of the turn they didn't have line of sight from the leader.
Ah, fair enough. I'll undo that. They will, in that case, charge.
Yeah, you're entirely within reason to do so. Yeah, because you got the line of sight on the mummies.
Yeah, so
Think about
they will come in and
that.
smash you in the
tactical
side,
genius.
and then these are going to charge.
Okay.
So where trolls are
Speed
6 to
6,
12,
12 inches. Oh my god.
I'm in. Boom.
Okay.
Next up, these are going to pivot on the spot.
Yep.
They're going to move up a little bit.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see. What else would I like to do?
What are those orcs going to do, I wonder?
Well, let me think.
Yeah.
I have 2 tasty targets there.
Yep.
Which is the thing. I think the skeletons will give me a better fight than the zombies, because if I hit the zombies, the skeletons will get the side of me next turn, I think.
Good thinking.
And I don't think
fool.
I don't think the zombies would put up so much of a fight.
No.
So, bang.
Yep.
And then my goblin. Yeah, he's
Just standing there like, yes! Run, my minions!
No, he's standing there going, where'd everybody go? Why am I on my own? What's going on here? Oh crap, zombies!
Okay.
Yep, so, on to shooting.
Yep. So your spitters can have a go at the werewolves if you like. But
Yep,
again,
they will.
half the dice, and it's going to be on 6s.
Yep.
Over half range.
Yep. Unfortunate, but
5
still,
dice for yourself.
I have 5 here. So, on 6s. Yes!
Well,
2.
2 shots. Now, interestingly, nerve tests,
Yeah.
as long as you cause 1 point of damage, it's a nerve test.
Yeah, and your damage stays, which just racks up and up
so
and up.
even though you might only cause 1 point of damage, it could be the thing that tips the balance. You see.
Yeah.
So my defense is 6+. You haven't got any piercing on the bows on them, so
No.
it's just 6s you need.
But they do have blasting arrows.
They do! Good thinking. Okay, so the blasting arrows are a separate thing. What's meant to happen is you roll one of your dice separately.
Okay.
Okay, and if that one hits, you get blast d6, like this did over here.
Right.
So why don't we just roll the dice? On a 1, we'll roll it again, because you rolled 5 dice, yeah?
Okay.
So on a 1, roll it again, because it doesn't count. Then that gives us 5 results. If you get a 5 or a 6, then you've got the blasting arrow in there.
Okay. 6!
So the blasting arrow is one of those 2.
Yep.
Roll a d6 to see how many hits you cause. Oh, nasty.
2.
So that's 2. So you get 3 rather than 2.
Okay, well that's still handy.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You just hit a werewolf with an exploding arrow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so your damage rating.
It's 6.
Right. So I have
Does
to
the
roll
blasting
6.
arrow have a piercing value?
Nope.
Check it on the bottom of your sheet there. First page, bottom line should be blasting arrow.
Nope. Oh, magical artifact blasting arrow. Attack. Roll one of these dice separately. Blast d6 roll on top of any other special roll. Nope.
Cool. So it doesn't have piercing, just storm arrows basically.
Straight sixes.
Sixes. Oh, yes! It is! There's a 6! So now you get the nerve check. My nerve is 12/14. You've got 3 hits there.
That's
11. I'm okay. I'm all right. Could have wavered my werewolves. That would have been rubbish if you'd done that.
But rubbish. Still, just one little goblin.
Yeah, one goblin with a grenade launcher. So what's quite cool, the magical artifacts,
yeah.
You can. There's a whole range of them. They go from like 5 points up to like 50 points, and you can add them to any unit. You like. So they're little ways of upgrading what your unit has. So for example, the reason your Gore Rider are a little bit quicker than they normally would be is they've got a Brew of Haste, I believe it is.
Okay.
Little 5-point item adds 1 to their speed.
Always useful.
And it lets you just customise units. So for example, you could customise your lead goblin in that unit to have a massive hench-looking bow or some kind of large rifle or something, you know. Like I saw someone who had, what was it? It was a unit with like a watchtower built into the unit to represent the snipey type item they had there. It's just really cool. Little ways of adding cool stuff.
For that, I would just have a log on his shoulder with a rocket launcher.
Absolutely.
You know, and there's conversion pieces I've seen where it's a small hamster coming at the end of a rocket tube with a crash helmet on that.
Oh, you know what? You can just put an ogre shooter in there, the blunderbuss.
We got upgraded.
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's your shooting done.
Yep, on the combat.
Your whiz, who gets to have a go.
He'll get his 3 dice on 4+.
What are you going to shoot at?
Oh, I'm just going to shoot zombies.
Good thinking. Fling a fireball their way.
1 hit.
1 hit. And their defense is 3+, because they're not really wearing any armor or anything.
1 wound.
1 point of damage.
So, what are they?
They have got a nerve of 15, so you can't do anything to them yet.
So, basically, my goblin's standing there going, zombies!
Time some melee. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with that chariot, because I want to see that flinger dead.
So, any war machines, artillery pieces, they suck in combat, so you always triple your attacks.
Really? Because my Gore chariot only has 3.
So you get 9.
Sweet! Okay, so that's 9 attacks.
Yep.
Needing... come here. Gore chariot needs 3 pluses.
Yep. So go for it.
Okay.